Solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. This is our fifth and final method used to solve quadratic equations. There are certain situations we use certain methods for. We would use the factoring method if the quadratic is factorable. We would use the square root method if you had no b term. We use the completing the square method technically any time, but for our purposes, we kept it simple when our a value was 1 and our b value was even. The graphing method we would use if we had access to a graphing calculator or Desmos. A method that will always work no matter what type of quadratic it is using the quadratic formula. Well, we need to know the quadratic formula. So you'll see over here on the left our quadratic formula, where a, b, and c are the coefficients of our quadratic equation. Remember, we work with ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we got to make sure it's equal to 0, and then we can determine our a, b, and c values. Then we plug those into our formula. I do not profess to be a singer, but this is the one time I will be singing for you. I remember in college being taught a tune to remember the quadratic formula. If you know the song Pop Goes the Weasel or All Around the Mulberry Bush, that is how our quadratic formula goes. So I will attempt to sing it now. Follow along. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. By saying that over and over again with the hymn of the song going, it is helpful to help remember it. So let's see an example. X squared minus 5x minus 36 equals 0. Step number 1, make sure the equation is set equal to 0, which we have, and written in standard form. Standard form means our exponents are in descending order. So the squared term, the x term, and then our constant term. Then they ask us to identify the a, the b, and the c value. The a value is what is in front of your x squared. Nothing is there. That doesn't mean it's 0. Remember, it is an invisible 1. So our a value is 1. Our b value is what is in front of the x. Take the sign with it, negative 5. And our c value is the constant. Again, take the sign with it. Now I'm going to plug these values into my quadratic formula. So x equals negative b. Okay, so negative b. Because my b value is negative, the negative of a negative would lead to a positive 5, plus or minus the square root underneath my square root. This may look familiar, folks. B squared minus 4ac. If you'll remember earlier in the unit, we talked discriminant. We calculated the discriminant to figure out how many real solutions we had. That's the same thing that's underneath the square root here. B squared minus 4ac. So I need to square the b value. My b value is negative 5. I square that to get positive 25. Subtract 4 times my a value of 1 times my c value of negative 36. So all of that is underneath my square root. All over 2a. So let's simplify. Let's bring down our 5, plus or minus the square root. Okay, and then I'm going to simplify the denominator. 2 times 1 is 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify what's under the square root. And I am totally fine with you using a calculator for this. And I want you to type it in exactly how you see it. 25 subtract 4 times 1 times negative 36. Okay. Hit pause to go find your calculator. Okay, so when we type this in, 25, subtract 4 times 1 times negative 36, we get 169. Can I simplify the square root of 169? The answer to that is yes. The square root of 169 is 13. So to get our answers, let's think about this. 5 plus 13 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now our other answer, 5 subtract 13, is negative 8. And negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So while it seems at first it might be complicated, you're going to notice that as you do more of these, they become very routine in their steps. So let's look at these examples. The directions say, find the solutions of the following quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Up above, step number 1 said to make sure it's set equal to 0 and in standard form. So let's bring the 20 over. The 20 is not a like term to the x squared and the 8x. So we just write it then as x squared minus 8x minus 20 equals 0. Let's identify our a, b, and c values. My a value is going to be 1. My b value is negative 8. And my c value, negative 20. All right, get ready to sing the song and let's plug it in. X equals negative b. All right, again, my b is negative, so this becomes positive 8. Plus or minus the square root of b squared. Okay, negative 8 squared is 64. Minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's simplify. We've got our 8 out in front. When I simplify my denominator, 2 times 1 is 2. Underneath my square root, 64 minus 4 times 1 times negative 20. Type that in your calculator. You should get 144. Do we know the square root of 144? By golly, we do. The square root of 144 is 12. So we've got 8 plus or minus 12 divided by 2. 8 plus 12 is 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 8 minus 12 is negative 4. Divided by 2 is negative 2. All right. Question number 2. I want you to hit pause and I want you to work up to the point of setting up the quadratic formula. Okay, what I have in this green step right there, I want you to stop at that point right there. We should have x equals negative 7 because it's negative b, and my b value this time is positive. So negative 7 plus or minus 49 minus 4 times 2 times negative 9. Let's simplify. All right, 49, grab your calculator, subtract 4 times 2 times negative 9. And I get 121. All over 2 times 2 is 4. Do we know the square root of 121? By golly, the square root of 121 is 11. So that gives me -7 plus or minus I gotta hit pause for a second, just for me, fix my computer. Okay, I've got my computer fixed now. So -7 plus or minus 11 all over 4. Well, -7 plus 11 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. -7 minus 11 is -18 divided by 4. Because it's not an integer, let's just simplify the fraction, and we would prefer that you write it as an improper fraction instead of a mixed number. So what are both 18 and 4 divisible by? They are both divisible by 2. So let's divide each of them by 2, and we get -9 over 2. Let's look at number 3. Our first priority is to get everything on one side and set it equal to 0. So to do that, let's add 3x squared to both sides. So that gives me 6x squared, subtract 5x equals 4. And then I've also got to bring the 4 over. So let's subtract 4 from both sides. And that gives me 6x squared minus 5x minus 4 equals 0. Select pause and take it from there. We should have gotten to the point of x equals 5 plus or minus 11 all over 12. 5 plus 11 is 16. 16 over 12 simplifies to be 4/3. And then 5 minus 11 is -6 over 12, which simplifies to be -1/2. All right, select pause and work through number 4. You will notice on number 4 that underneath the square root, calculated out to be 17. Because we do not know the square root of 17, we leave our answers like this. These are going to be the more common answers you will find with the quadratic formula, where you cannot do anything to simplify what's under the square root. So we leave our answer like that.